Yes, we are here again in Germany, and this time we have a dead reindeer in front of us. And yeah, I hope that his last moments were very good. And what we're going to talk about today is about the last moments of the big gains in crypto, because there is a word going around that it's going to be the last cycle of big gains, and that afterwards it's going to be quite more industrialized. It's going to be more like traditional finance. Yeah. And I think this is a very interesting topic. I have my own beliefs about it, and I want to have this a little bit of discussion to see what you think, because we really haven't talked about it.
I think we never talked about it.
Never talked about it. So I think it's very interesting for you, for the viewers, and let's get right into it. So what do you think of this statement? This is the last cycle where we can make insane amounts of money.
All right. So, in my opinion, this statement is true to some degree. First of all, what I think is that every bull market gets harder and harder to play, meaning that the amount of opportunities, I wouldn't say that the amount of opportunities goes down, but the market gets so big that it's hard to find these opportunities. So you still have a lot of opportunities to make money in crypto, also in the future. But I think because the market gets so vast that it's getting harder and harder to spot these. So this is the first thing. The crypto market as a whole gets harder. Then another thing, we talked about this for a second before the podcast started. The crypto market gets regulated. And in my opinion, this is true. The regulated part of crypto will always will get less explosive in terms of prices, meaning that area for huge money-making opportunities is not that interesting anymore. There will be still some things you can do, but not as crazy as you can, as crazy as right now. But also, one part of the reason why crypto is where it is today is because of that crypto isn't regulated. You can't regulate it completely. You can regulate some parts of it, but you can't regulate it as a whole. So what I think is that we will have that one industrialized part of crypto, which is not interesting for huge opportunities, but also not interesting for innovation, because regulators say you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. And then you have this Wild West area, which will always exist. Within this area, you will find innovation, a lot of gambling, but also huge opportunities or huge money-making opportunities. And this is basically my take. So I don't think that this will be the last cycle, but I would say this is the last cycle where it's very easy to make huge gains.
Yeah. So first of all, as always, I like to take things, from the bottom, and it's like I ask myself, why do we even have this asymmetric betting opportunity? Yeah. Why do we see these huge gains in crypto? Yeah. And that's because the whole sector just captures so much value, because it's a technological breakthrough. You have network effects. You have, of course, insane value in Bitcoin with its properties, and Ethereum too. It's like a groundbreaking innovation. But also, because the crypto market, if you think about it, you have a few players, they take all the market, and then you have altcoins that go up and down and that die in a time span of 2 years, which means that 99% of crypto is just coins going up and dying afterwards, which means that 99% of it is speculation, which means that or it was just technologies that were built that were relevant enough and they went to zero afterwards. So I would say that it's also the biggest online casino ever, and because it's so easy to participate, so many people participate, and it actually creates this the space that we're in, this is why we see the huge gains. It's a combination of all of these things.
Yeah.
And right now, until this point, I would argue it was like the Wild West. Like it was insane. And it's crazy if you think about it. It's just like an open economy with just unlimited freedom. You can create a certain economy, you can create a certain coin, you can do whatever you want. You can have a supply emitted at a certain percentage, however you want. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
And it just gives us the platform and the infrastructure for like groundbreaking opportunity because there's so much and fast. It's a bit of what you said, like with trial and error, because you have so much trial and error in crypto. Eventually, you will have like insane products.
Yeah.
So it's groundbreaking for innovation. However, because it's so open, many people also start losing money with it. And I would argue that most of the people going into crypto lose their money. And if you look a bit, as you said, at the regulations at the US, they don't even let people invest in like IPOs. You know, it's like before you start a startup, you collect funds from investors, and these investors are not normal people. They're wealthy people. Accredited investor is a term. You need certain criteria for that. But me as an average Joe, I cannot go and invest in the next PayPal, in the next Apple. It's just not possible. Whereas in crypto, you can. And especially before you could. And now it's getting harder and harder to get into these rounds. But so I think that because it's so free and people lost so much money, the government will come in the guise of safety, as they always do. It's always for safety to take your freedoms away. I believe in a free economy. I like free economies. I would thrive in such a free economy. However, I know how the world works, and you have big players. And I think especially now, like BlackRock, you know, you have these huge, big guys that are coming in. BlackRock has like 14 trillion assets under management.
Yeah.
Do you know how much money that is, bro?
That's a lot.
It's a lot of fucking money. Like, they're here to dominate.
Yeah.
So I think that Bitcoin is going to get controlled by BlackRock because they will have more than 51% of it at some point.
But
In 5 to 10 years, yeah, you can still do 51% attack. If you control the mining and all that, it's possible.
yeah, if you control the money.
And they
True.
they go into mining as well. Yeah, like, and it's getting more and more regulated, which means that you will not be able to buy big but fuck SafeMoon coin and do a 1 million X in 1 year. I think it will. This is the last cycle where, and not just with meme coins, but I think it will just be much more regulated. And I'm not talking about the meme coins that come out. I will say that it will be harder to invest in them because I think, especially now with Base and all the new infrastructure that's getting pushed into crypto, it's going to be more and more. You're going to need to have KYC, you know, like they will know like where you are, and they will put some limitations on their chain eventually, because if they want to attract all of the capital of the world, they have to get a bit serious, and they cannot have like bullshit coins everywhere.
Yeah.
So I think the regulators, as you said, will go hard on it. It's not going to be from today on tomorrow. It's going to take some time, and there's going to be an anti-movement to that. But I think eventually, because they're so rich, most of the people will only be able to trade on this closed market.
All right. So first of all, I think I agree and I disagree to some of the things you said. So for example, I'm not sure how many of the validators of Ethereum are sitting in the US, but I would say that you will not be able to control the base infrastructure, not the base layer 2, like the base infrastructure, meaning Ethereum and Bitcoin. So you will not be able to regulate the infrastructure. You will be only able to regulate companies that act within the US. So if 51% of the validators, for example, of Ethereum sit in the US, you will be able to control the infrastructure, meaning you can regulate the space. And you see that also with, for example, Uniswap, the company gets sued by the SEC. You also have Aave, which is getting sued, I think, in the US. I think also Lido. I'm not 100% sure if they already got sued, but they also sit in the US. So, but what you also see is that a lot of companies move out of the US because they are fearing that they are getting regulated. So, as long as you have blockchains available that are outside of the US, you will be you always have this area of unregulated space. But also on the other hand, you said something really interesting and something which is really, really true. Let's say Coinbase pushes Base further and Base gets the go-to infrastructure for every American investor. This also leads to companies wanting to participate in this area, meaning all the innovation will move to Base, meaning Base is getting regulated because it's a Coinbase thing, even if it's not 100% Coinbase thing, but I think they're also sitting in the US. So then the infrastructure can be regulated because layer 2s are centralized. But as long as you have a decentralized entity and 51% of that entity, or maybe even 100%, sits outside of the US, this is the thing that these are the things that you can't regulate. But I would say if Base, and Base looks like it's going to be going in that direction, if Base is going to be like the place where everyone is, then also new startups want to launch there, meaning crypto gets regulated if you want to have mass adoption.
Okay, and what happens when the US and the West decide, you know what, from next year on, it's illegal to trade on Solana and Ethereum. You can only use Base as DeFi.
Who wants to control that? I mean, you can still transfer money to another blockchain, which, like, who is controlling that? Like,
okay, from the existing capital, maybe, but from the new entrants, like, you cannot control it. You can't control it. Let's say from Coinbase, you can only, or just if you hold Ethereum, you know, like you can get sent to jail.
Yeah, I think,
and with the blockchain, with the KYC, you can always trace it back.
I think people always choose the easier option, and I think, like, you're right, like the big gains won't be that easy. Like, you can't make big gains in unregulated areas. You can, but they are so risky.
It's just like if you think about the crypto markets in general, like where does most of the capital come from? From the US and the West at the moment. It might change, but at the moment it's that. And imagine like it gets illegal. I mean, they convince everyone to wear masks, for example, and to not make them wear illegal. Okay, so they can convince you of everything. If they don't want you to use a certain chain and put it illegal and put it into jail, and it's in the legislation, then that's the way, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, regulation is a big thing. And also, I think when the market grows, it's always like that. You have less upside opportunity. The more market cap there is and the more people are in there, it's getting more competitive. Yeah. It's like with a lot of industries and sectors, you know, the first 3, 4, 5 years are super profitable because it's new. Yeah. No one does it. Yeah. But then after time, it's like a gold rush. I go in, we all go in, we tell our friends, they tell them, it's like, oh, we're rich. Suddenly the whole world is in it, super competitive. And then this is, as you said at the beginning, is what it's happening now. We have an inflation of coins. It's super hard unless you're in a team. We are lucky to be around 6 years already. We have an amazing team with our coaching as well. We have our private networks, so we're good. We know what we're doing. We're professionals. But for the new entrant, I cannot imagine like how they do it, and it's I would be kind of scared because there's so many things coming, and for me, it's one of the only last periods how you can get like rich super fast. So you need a team. You need to know exactly what you're doing, and if you're alone and try to learn all of that, I don't know. For me, it's super hard and unlikely. to make money.
It will be like every other market. You will be only able to make money if you are a professional.
Yeah.
And we are professionals in crypto. So we will be able to make money in crypto. And for beginners, I think at one point it will be like the only way to really make sustainable gains with crypto will be to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So this is the only thing. Like it's with stocks today. Like as a beginner, it's better to buy an index fund than to try to buy like one specific company and bet on that. So this is sustainable rise. Bitcoin will be the best option for beginners. Right now, as a beginner, if you get into the space, I would say right now, like even now, it's hard. It's really hard.
Yes, it's gotten way more difficult over the last 6 years.
I talked with some guys in our program about this in one of our investment calls, I think 2 weeks ago. The market or the difficulty of this bull run, I would say, is 3 to 4 times higher than the last bull run. Easily. And if you don't have a clear strategy and path through the market, it's so hard to find these opportunities and be early, because people, like when we started, Twitter or X nowadays was a platform where you could get a lot of information. Nowadays, the people who are big maybe don't even start talking about coins because they don't want to get like into regulatory fights with the US or any other jurisdiction, or they are just people who benefit of other people buying their bags. So it's a zero-sum game, I would say, today. And back in the days, this wasn't the case. When we started so early that we could benefit of all the new people who come in.
Yeah.
And nowadays this changed. So the whole space got so competitive that's...
Yeah, we've got so many coins, so much funding, like everything is not pumping together. It's like really selective.
Yeah.
Like we caught a lot of the pumps. Like we did phenomenally well in the last leg, but I know many people that didn't make gains because they held shit like Cardano or something like that. We already talked about altcoins. And they didn't make any gains, and we exploded our portfolios from December to March.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy, guys. And this cycle now, it's going to be the last opportunity to make a lot of money, to retire, to be financially dependent if you are in the crypto market as a new entrant. So seize the opportunity. And I'm talking about this without years of work and all of that. Like grind as hard as you can. If you want to make even more money, join a team, join experts, talk to professionals, go to every event, immerse yourself. You only have a few months left. Like, don't sleep on this. This is a lifetime opportunity. It's like a wealth transfer that happens it's like a glitch in the matrix. So it will only happen now with such an easy effort. And if you're alone, it's going to be hard to navigate it. But if you have a team, like for me, it's one of your last tickets out to freedom.
Yeah. One of the last easy tickets.
One of the last easy tickets. Like I would be worried. I don't know, man.
I mean, you can still make it after this cycle, but it will be so hard.
It will take you like 10 years, bro. Or it's going to be way more sustainable.
I don't think we talked already so long, but maybe we talk about that in another episode. But I think that we still have so much room to grow in crypto. If you think about like the target of base to onboard 1 billion users, they are not even close to that. Yeah. So I think that there are still some obvious opportunities that people like us can see. For beginners who only read like the stuff on Twitter, watch these hype YouTube videos, they won't make it. But I think we will still make some pretty good gains in the next cycle.
It's like, if you think about, I'm just talking about the like easy gains.
Yeah, the easy gains.
I'm not,
for me it's easy. Maybe for
Yeah,
that's not easy.
It's
yeah.
not, bro.
Yeah.
For us, it's easy,
Yeah.
but for them, it's not. Or for
Yeah.
beginners,
Yeah, that's
like
true.
I'm talking about this, not if it's easy for us.
Yeah.
For us, yes, and for professionals, if you have a network, I'm just talking about the average Joe that wants to. They have a dream. They want to retire their family. They want to be financially independent. Like we both wanted to do this.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, it's one of the last chances. Like guys, like go all in.
Take it seriously.
It's urgent. It's very. You only have a few months left, and then the windows will close.
Yeah.
So make sure you join a group or you go all into crypto. Be super like aware of this chance and that you were lucky.
Yeah.
And give it your all. And yeah,
You are hearing this right now, and if you don't take it seriously after this conversation, I'm sorry for you.
it's your last chance.
This is actually like Jack said, it's so easy to make money in crypto now if you are just like focused on it and really like use that opportunity. Opportunities like that come every 10 years, I would say. You had the .com,
man.
maybe 10 to 13 years. You had the internet bubble or internet boom. Then now you had crypto starting, let's say every 15 to 20 years. So, and now we had like another AI bubble, AI thing. So you had the internet, you have crypto, maybe AI right now. And these are three things that happened in 25 years. So use these opportunities because they are not coming often. So with that being said, do you want to add something?
No, that's it. I think we covered everything, guys. As we told you, go all in. Like I wouldn't. I don't even know how you can sleep with this chance, this opportunity. Like seize it, go all in. Everyone's gonna make it. If you need help, like please reach out to us. We'll read every single comment of you guys. We're always there to help you. If there's anything you need, ask us in the comments. Also, if this was a valuable info or you just want to motivate someone to seize the opportunity and make money one last time in the crypto market and be financially free, can be your friend, family, whoever it helped, share this video with them, like it, subscribe.
Yeah, with that being said, if you want a guided approach and want to work with us and want our help navigating this last huge cycle, just click the link in the bio or in the description, and there you will find all the information regarding our program, how we work with investors, and yeah, over there you can book a free consultation with me. And with that being said, see you in the next episode.
See you.
Bye bye.